When you buy an Apple Watch, whatever watch you had before that, you're basically replacing that watch with this watch. And that doesn't just go if you buy an Apple Watch, it also goes if you're buying a smartwatch in general. You see, the thing about smartwatches is smartwatches aren't really watches. They do provide you with the time and they do provide you with calendars and dates and everything. But a real watch, which has been perfected over, what, hundreds of years, a real watch is able to give you the time at any given time. It almost never runs low on battery power within any reasonable time span. And for sports, it offers timers and this, that, and other. And it's waterproof, or at least water resistance up until a certain depth that most humans wouldn't be able to dive to anyway. But my favorite watch up until right now, and I really should say my favorite watch, has been this Eco Drive Skyhawk. Both of these watches pretty much cost about the same thing. When this watch first came out, it was about $500. This watch has a solar panel recharger in it, and it turns itself off when it's not in direct sunlight. And as you can see, it also has a battery gauge right there, and it has a UTC timekeeper, and it has a radio signal receiver so that it can automatically set itself in whatever time zone you find yourself in. So when I went to Dubai and I went to Seychelles, Africa, absolutely no problem with this watch. This watch, you don't ever have to really worry about this battery dying. I mean, you think about it, just wearing this thing in the sun allows that battery to keep itself full. So that's worth thinking about when you decide on any watch. And it's a beautiful watch, too. It's got this nice black band and everything. It's a really good watch. This has been a very, very good watch. And this isn't the only one I have. I made a video a while back about the Blue Angels version I have. It's called the Citizen Eco Drive Skyhawk Atomic Time, or AT for short. And I love this watch. This is a really good watch, and this has been my favorite watch. And when I go flying, I take a Breitling Emergency, and I only buy these pilot watches with jog dials. And I'm waiting to see if the Apple Watch is going to get any Cessna ProFlight apps, because we have a Diamond DA40, and I wanted to go up in that. And the thing about it is, anytime I go up, especially over the Long Island Sound, I always want to bring a pilot watch with me, especially that Breitling Emergency, because just in case you go down into the water, all you got to do is pop it open and it sends out a signal. So anyway, push this aside and forget about it, because basically it's all about the Apple Watch now. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, the Apple Watch is a toy. If you want to use it for fitness tracking, it's okay. But other than that, there's really no benefit to it beyond the fitness tracking. So basically what this is a $500 fitness tracker. So I really hate to call it a watch. Like, for instance, when you tilt the thing, it comes on. You're going to want to turn that tilt to on feature off, because it's going to drain your battery before your workday is over. If you turn that automatic on feature off, it'll help you save a lot of battery power. So that's the first thing that I figured out in just one day of ownership, because the problem is, in just that one day of ownership, this thing couldn't even last till, what was it? This thing couldn't last between the hours of 9 and 4 before the power had went from 100% to 30%. Now I'm going to try again tomorrow by turning off the auto on feature, and I'm going to see how far I can get. Another thing, this soft pad for the magnetic induction charger just allows this thing to rest softly on it. The problem is it's a magnet, and you hear the beep, which means that it's charging. But my problem is this magnet and this softness, it comes apart a little too easily. Like, it just, a little bit of pressure causes it to fall right off. Just a little bit of pressure. I don't know if any reviewers have mentioned that, but a very small amount of pressure is all it takes to just fall right off. You see that? So that's kind of an annoyance when you're charging it. Like, so what I do, and I'm pretty sure they're going to have watch rest stands or this, that, and other, but what I do is I just lay it down all flat, and I lay it near a socket, usually on, on a desk or whatever, And this way nothing can nudge it, nothing can push it out of the way. The thing about it is, what if you're laying in the bed and you want it right next to you so that you can quickly look at it or you can do something with it? Other than that, nothing, I don't really have anything major to report. The other problem that I have is that this thing should have been bigger. This 42 is way too small, and it should have been 50 millimeters. If it was 50 millimeters, they could have also added in maybe, more battery power, but it's not 50 millimeters, and you don't get more battery power, which I really, really think they should have gone for. You see, this thing falls off. If you're holding the watch and you're charging it at the same time, you can bet that it's going to fall off. Another thing that I felt was kind of odd, usually anytime you have an Apple product, that button right there means home. But the way they've got this thing set up, if you push the home button right here, the home button takes you to your favorites, right? So it goes to favorites. Why does what looks like a home button on any Apple product, why does that take you to favorites? To go to your contacts, you'd have to hit the jog dial right here. And when you hit the jog dial, I think you gotta unlock this damn thing first. So it may be that it's locked or something. It's the interface on this thing isn't as good as I thought it was gonna be. I mean, they have bug fixes and this, that, and other, but the interface, especially considering it's kind of small, the interface takes a lot of getting used to. And once you get used to it, it's easier to navigate. But I was actually really surprised that this button right here doesn't take you to that cloud screen where you see all of your apps and everything. Because when you push this button, you expect to go to the home screen, but that's not what happens. And it says, yeah, Siri comes on. Where are the prostitutes? Where are the prostitutes? Oh, come on, Siri. Come on. Don't fail me now. Let me see. What do you have to hold? Okay. The power reserve thing is something you're going to be familiar with. Where are the prostitutes? Oh, it shows you where the prostitutes are. Okay, so at least they put that bug fix in there. All right, thanks a lot for showing me. Okay, well, we'll look at that later. Okay, so basically, I think they should swap the function of these two buttons, and they should make this one the home button, and they should make the jog dial take you to your favorites. But the thing about it is, if this button gets any pressure, it's automatically going to turn the watch on, and that can be a little annoying. Especially if you didn't want the watch to be turned on. Oh, shit. 8 a.m. to 6 a.m. adult entertainment. Oh, maybe we should call them right now, huh? Let's call them. Let's see if they're open. No, let's not call them. How about that? I just got an email from AT&T asking me to get a Samsung Galaxy 6. I'm not sure where the button is to automatically put that message in the trash where it belongs, but I'll figure it out later. So anyway, double tapping the jog dial button brings you to this screen, and tapping it one more time brings you to that screen. I really think that this screen right here should be a sleep-wake button. When you tap it once, that takes you to your favorites, and then you tap it again, it takes you back to the screen. But as far as we've known, this has always been a sleep and wake button. I don't understand why they would change it. Now, hopefully the app that accompanies this watch on the phone has a way to do something about that, but I really think if it doesn't, that Apple should switch the function of this around. This should be on and off right here. This one shouldn't be on and off because the problem is this one is going to be resting up against your skin. The jog dial is easier to activate, and that's the reason why I think they shouldn't use that one to turn it on and off. It should be this one. It doesn't take much force to turn it on and off, and that can be a bit of an annoyance. So other than that, like my fitness tracker, I'd said this was the first day of using my fitness tracker, and I set my goals really high, but I didn't actually meet them. So I'm going to keep my goals exactly where they are, and I'm going to try to meet them tomorrow. Yeah, so basically I wanted 1,500 calories. I only did 1,379. I'm going to try for 2,000. 16 out of 30 minutes, 14 of 12 hours. That's basically what this thing is. It's a fitness tracker. It's a 400 $99 fitness tracker. So if you really want one after seeing this video, go ahead and buy one. It's your money. I like my Apple Watch. I just wish it was bigger, and I wish the battery was a little bit longer.